Stop chasing the fireworks, the rush, the drama, the sparks. They look exciting, but they are going to burn you out fast. What really matters when you're going on a date is you want to see if you have a connection. Do you feel safe, seen, steady? Because the kind of person who shows up, keeps their word, and makes you feel lighter instead of heavier, delicious. Hello, my single lovelies. It is Denise with Dating Food Talks, and I am going to point out what to do and what you should not do. We're also going to talk about what's tasty and not tasty. And if you like what I have to say, give me a like. If you want to share this with a friend that needs to hear this, share it on. And remember to subscribe to YouTube. All right, let me just jump into this. I like to call this the spark problem. We've all been taught something that is very misleading when it comes to dating, and that is that the intense chemistry means this relationship is right. But most of the time, the spark isn't an attraction. It is anxiety. Your nervous system is trying to figure out, do they like me? What was that text? What did it say again? Or are they pulling away from me? That uncertainty creates an adrenaline, and that makes your brain start to label that rush as chemistry. But butterflies are often just red flags. So you need to pay attention. So here is a test, and I want you to start using it. And I'm going to call it the peace test. You got it? All right. So first, ask yourself a simple question. Do I feel excited, or do I feel peaceful? Because excitement often could mean that you are nervous. You're analyzing the texts, reading into someone's tone, wondering, where do I stand here? Am I going to go back out with this person? But peaceful. Peaceful means you feel respected. You feel safe and emotionally steady. You do not feel like you are auditioning for someone's attention. And here is the tricky part. Peace can feel boring if you're used to the chaos. But peace is not boring at all. What peace actually looks like, and a lot of people do not know this, is that rush, that excitement, that spark is not always butterflies, okay, and chemistry. It is anxiety. The person who is peaceful and steady, that makes you feel that you will feel consistency. You will feel drama-free. The person who texts when they say they will, they do. They show up when they say they will. Who treats you kindly every time you see them. They might not be making your heart race right away or even by the third date, but they might be the person who makes you feel peaceful. And whether you're dating a man or a woman, peace is such a much better foundation when it comes to love than chaos. Because the right relationship does not feel like a roller coaster. It feels like you are coming home. So, if we're going to look at a long-term reality, the person who feels boring in the beginning is often the one that is going to show up in real life. Then they will call you, see you, they will make plans with you, they will follow up with you. There is no guessing, no emotional roller coaster. And while that might not feel like fireworks, it feels stable. Because relationships don't last because of excitement. They last because of reliability. And that becomes very attractive and very sexy. So we need to reframe the word, I was a little bored, I'm not sure, it wasn't really exciting, she or he. Let's rethink it. So maybe when you're going out, you have a different perception of that. Because boring might actually mean emotionally available, consistent, reliability. Oh, so easy to be along with that person. And those qualities, they might not create the spark right away. But you give that some time, and that type of security will allow that love to grow over time. So what is tasty and not tasty? Okay? Tasty is when you're on a date and you're first seeing someone for a little while, you have consistency. There is calm communication, feeling emotionally safe, a relationship that feels steady. What is not tasty is hot, cold behavior, constantly overthinking, this emotional roller coaster, confusion, meaning my anxiety, is that attraction or I don't know what's going on in this relationship? Think about everything I've said, because the healthiest relationships don't always start out with fireworks. They start out with stability, because sparks can burn out very fast, but a nice simmer can last a lifetime. I want to hear your comments, and I want to know, have you ever mistaken chaos for chemistry? I'm Denise. Dating Food Talks always tells you the truth. Until next time.